with the glass in my hand, I watch the sunset paint this tired land. It used to be hard work brought home bread. Now folks just sit and let the dreams go dead. Oh, we're drifting away from what's real, lost in the noise of how it feels. What this world needs is a little more grit to stand up tall and fight for it. Too many missing chromosomes can't find their way home, while blue-haired shadows dance in the twilight gloom. Yeah, we're longing for reason in a sea of doubt. Let's bring back the heart and figure it out. Remember when laughter rang loud through these fields? Now we're lost in opinions like we've got no shields. Folks used to sweat under that old sun's glow. Now they're glued to screens where kindness won't grow. Oh, yearning for day gold, not wrapped in confusion or stories we told. What this world needs is a little more grit to stand up tall and fight for it. Too many missing chromosomes can't find their way home, while blue-haired shadows dance in the twilight gloom. Yeah, we're longing for reason in a sea of doubt. Let's bring back the heart and figure it out. Your mask and step into light. We all bleed red when we fight for what's right. Let's build bridges instead of walls, find common ground where love never falls. What this world needs is a little more grit to stand up tall and fight for it. Too many missing chromosomes can't find their way home, while blue-haired shadows dance in the twilight gloom. Yeah, we're longing for reason in a sea of doubt. Let's bring back the heart and figure it out. So raise your voice if you feel like I do. Together we'll make our dreams come true. In every heartbeat lies hope anew. What this world needs starts with me and you. So take off your mask and step into light. We all bleed red when we fight for what's right. Let's build bridges instead of walls, find common ground where love never falls.
What's up, folks? Welcome to another podcast. The wife is working. That's why I'm here. That and got to promote the books. Been writing a lot of books from stuff I picked up over the years. Clearing out my my hard drive. That's where they're stored in Word. Because, well, I don't want to be a leftist. I'd like to actually know stuff when I talk about it. So I take a lot of college classes, which I'm still taking college classes. Right now I'm on one on the original founding, the founders and what they thought at the time, which it's from documents and speeches they've given. So give us a subscribe, hit the thumbs up, get this video out, this one especially, because I'm going to be playing some bits from my audiobooks that not only helps me sell books, they're only freaking they're $7.50. $7.50. So I'm not making a big ton of money, but you're going to learn some stuff stuff that I already know, which seems to anger people. But got some Kaisers tonight instead of Amstel. They finally got Kaisers back at my store. Thank you guys. It's a lighter beer than Amstel and Brahma, so it doesn't go to my gut quite so much. Just a note for you guys that work out: don't eat pizza right before you go work out. Last night I went to go do karate training. Right after I ate a bunch of pizza. Yeah, not a good idea. But so let's get to, well, is there anybody in here? Nope. Give us a shout out if you're in here. Let me go to live. Yeah, live chat's good. So, good news. Columbia University just had $400 million in federal aid ended due to anti-Semitism, which was the reason they give. But let's just say what it is. Supporting terrorists, Hamas. Let me clue you in on something. I have a degree in counterterrorism, by the way. And weird, my specialty was Islamic Jihad, the socio-economic and reasons it occurs. Actually, it occurs because you're all stupid and believe in this magical book that was, created 600 years after the Torah, or 670 years after the death of Jesus. But for some reason, God had some fascination with some dude named Muhammad. I don't get it. But anyway, I need to explain something. If you support terrorists, you're a terrorist. Period. So they support Hamas. Now, the way we used to deal with terrorists, we would send in SEAL Team 6 and they would shoot him in the fucking face. I'm up for it, man. Matter of fact, you don't even need SEAL Team 6. Call me. I'll go in on Columbia University and shoot these fuckers. If you're wearing a shamag over your fucking face, I'm going to put 2 in your chest and 1 in your head. You're a terrorist. There you go. Problem fucking solved, right? So, then maybe the college won't lose its funding because they'll all be dead and they won't have to expel them. Oh, wait a minute. They're not expelling them. That's why they're losing their funding. These leftists aren't very bright. Hey, if you expelled them and said we don't agree with that. Matter of fact, I was watching a video. One of the professors who happens to be Jewish can't go on campus because he's Jewish. Wouldn't that be considered discrimination? Racism, or not racism, but it'd be discrimination because being Jewish is not a race; it's a religion. But wouldn't that be discrimination? Asking for a friend. The party that hijacked civil rights. And I have that book out too. The history of civil rights and how the left hijacked it. The nobility of civil rights. They hijacked the nobility of civil rights. But tonight I wanted to highlight some of the books I have out. Audiobooks. I made audiobooks because I figured it out. You people don't like to read. Which I don't either. What I do is I take, I have a bunch of software on my computer where I can listen to books. I'll just have them play the book and I listen to it. But I'm still reading or, learning. Same with my college course. Yes, I still take college courses. At 56 years old, yes, seeking knowledge should never end. If it has ended for you, or you think you know everything, you're probably a leftist. But the first book is The American Left, From Liberalism to Despotism. Now, when I was researching this book, I'm going, wait a minute, that sounds like me. most of us, like Grumpy Farmer and all the guys we talk to, the way they talk, we would have been liberals back in the day, back before Woodrow Wilson, before the New Deal and all this other stuff. So I want to play you this excerpt from that book, and I think that's clip 75. Yeah, I'm going to play you the clip from that book and listen to it. And this talks about modern leftism, progressivism, which is different from liberalism. I call them loony leftists.
Chapter 14. The Left's Turn to Despotism. The evolution of political ideologies is a complex phenomenon, reflecting the changing values and concerns of society. In recent years, a significant segment of the American left has undergone a transformation that raises critical questions about its commitment to liberal democratic principles. Key aspects of this transition include increasing censorship on social media platforms, the rise of cancel culture, lawfare against political opponents, and an alarming acceptance of violence as a means of achieving political objectives.
BLM.
Additionally, the rhetoric employed to delegitimize dissenters often employs incendiary labels such as Nazi, fascist, and racist. Despotism is defined as a form of government in which a single entity rules with absolute power, often characterized by tyranny and oppression. It undermines fundamental democratic principles such as individual rights, free speech, and fair representation. The stark contrast between despotism and liberal democracy lies in the latter's emphasis on pluralism and open discourse. Historically, despotism has emerged in various forms across cultures when political movements prioritize ideological purity over inclusivity and dialogue. In recent years, certain factions within the American left have exhibited behaviors that align more closely with despotic tendencies than traditional liberal values. This shift can be observed through several interconnected phenomena. 1. Censorship on social media. Social media platforms have become battlegrounds for ideological warfare. The suppression of dissenting opinions, under the guise of combating misinformation, has grown increasingly common among left-leaning organizations and individuals. Algorithms designed to filter content often disproportionately affect conservative voices while amplifying progressive narratives. This selective censorship poses a threat to open discourse, a cornerstone of democratic society. 2. Cancel culture. The phenomenon known as cancel culture has emerged as a powerful tool for enforcing ideological conformity within social circles and institutions. Public figures who express views deemed unacceptable by progressive standards face backlash that can lead to job loss or ostracization from professional communities. Cancel culture fosters an environment where individuals fear expressing their opinions openly, thus stifling debate, a hallmark characteristic of despotic regimes. 3. Lawfare against political opponents. Lawfare, using legal systems strategically against opponents, has become increasingly prevalent in American politics. Some factions on the left utilize litigation not merely as a means for justice, but as a weapon against those who challenge their ideologies or hold differing views. This practice erodes trust in legal institutions, while further polarizing political discourse. 4. Growing acceptance of violence. Alarmingly, there have been growing calls for and acceptance of violence among some segments advocating leftist causes. When peaceful protest morphs into violent confrontation without accountability or condemnation from leadership figures, it signals an alarming departure from democratic norms toward authoritarian control. 5. Rhetorical attack on dissenters. The rhetoric employed by certain leftist factions often resorts to extreme labels aimed at delegitimizing opponents rather than engaging them in constructive dialogue. Accusations labeling dissenters as Nazis, fascists, or racists serve not only to dehumanize but also to create an atmosphere where rational debate is replaced by fear-driven hostility. The trajectory observed among segments of the American left reveals troubling signs, reminiscent of despotic inclinations rather than adherence to liberal democratic ideals that historically championed free speech and diverse viewpoints. Censorship on social media platforms undermines open discussion. Cancel culture silences dissent. Lawfare politicizes justice. Acceptance of violence threatens stability, and incendiary rhetoric erodes civility in public discourse. As citizens committed to preserving democracy grapple with these developments, it is imperative that we remain vigilant against any encroachment upon individual rights in favor of ideological conformity, regardless of its source or justification. Only through open dialogue can we hope to navigate our differences constructively, rather than surrendering to divisive practices that diminish our shared democratic heritage.
Now, this book that I wrote takes you through the history of liberalism, which, by the way, back in the day was basically libertarian. Small government, personal freedom. Lots of personal freedom, small government. Then somewhere right around Woodrow Wilson, the government got involved and created a fourth branch of government called the bureaucracy that Elon Musk is fighting right now. That's basically paying the Democrats to be thieves. So get the book, learn, and you'll figure out that they're not liberals anymore. They're progressives. Hold on. I may actually have to take you to, may actually read something to you. I don't know, they're, Looney Left does not like my books, and that's what I share as my arguments. My books. I don't argue with these people anymore. I write books. Let's see, here we go. I replied to your comment, unoriginal, depressed photo. Oh, this is one of the who think there are 50 fucking genders. Let me see if I can bring it up. I'll read it to you. You seem to have a lot of gay stuff on your phone there, buddy. Got something to share with the class. Personally, that would be transphobia or... Oh, hold on. Never been wrong. Hold on. Just the mentally ill. Don't want to admit they're mentally ill. Hold on. I hate when this happens. I wish they would do this when I'm planning this, so I could put it in there. Then I would, hold on. Left. No, don't, forensics. I hate like doing this when I'm live. You got to fight the fight where the fight comes. You know what I mean? So it came when I was live. Of course, I'm not going to add it now, but it's a good looking for the response I made. I always make my responses ahead of time. Because someone has, chances are, has said something just as frickin' stupid before this person. Because they all say the same stupid shit. There we go. Now I'm back. But that's par for the course. When you're smarter than and not insane. I have PTSD. They diagnosed me with PTSD, and yet I still know my gender. I also have a traumatic brain injury, but I can still tell you I'm a male. And weird. Turning off the AC, it almost feels cold in here. So that was my first book, the book on the left, talking about despotism. Then foreign policy, which is a big deal right now because, well, lots of wars going on, and what should America do about it? The loony left thinks we should, I guess, nuke Russia. I don't know what they want, but they're very upset that Trump doesn't want to get further involved in another war. Weird. But yeah, this is the evolution of American foreign policy from isolationism to
Chapter 18: Nuclear Superiority. America's Nuclear Monopoly, 1945 to 1949. Following World War II, the global political landscape underwent a significant transformation. Among the most critical developments was the emergence of nuclear weapons as a powerful tool of warfare and geopolitics. From 1945 to 1949, the United States held a unique position as the sole possessor of nuclear capabilities. The Manhattan Project was a clandestine initiative that began in the early 1940s, culminating in the testing of the first atomic bomb in July 1945 at the Trinity site in New Mexico. This monumental event marked the dawn of the nuclear age. The U.S. dropped 2 atomic bombs on Japan in August 1945, leading to Japan's surrender and effectively ending World War II. The successful deployment of these weapons not only showcased America's military prowess, but also solidified its position as a dominant global power. With its nuclear capability firmly established, the U.S. entered a new era of international relations characterized by a power imbalance. The Soviet Union, having been an ally during the war, soon emerged as a rival. In this environment, the U.S. leveraged its nuclear monopoly to assert its dominance in global politics. The atomic bomb was a form of geopolitical deterrence, and America's exclusive control over such destructive capabilities influenced the dynamics of post-war diplomacy. The nuclear monopoly also affected America's approach to European reconstruction. The Marshall Plan, introduced in 1947, aimed to rebuild war-torn Europe and contain the spread of communism. The threat of nuclear force gave the U.S. leverage in negotiations with European allies, as well as in its dealings with the Soviet Union. The era of America's nuclear monopoly deeply influenced military strategy and doctrine. The U.S. developed a policy of deterrence, implying that the possession of nuclear weapons would prevent adversaries from engaging in aggressive actions. This doctrine was underpinned by a strategy known as massive retaliation, articulated by U.S. Secretary of State John Foster Dulles in the late 1950s, but rooted in the policies of this earlier period. During the late 1940s, the U.S. kept deploying its nuclear arsenal as part of its broader military strategy. Military exercises and nuclear testing were conducted to demonstrate America's capabilities, thus solidifying its deterrent effect. The psychological impact of this display of force was considered equally important. The possession of nuclear weapons became a crucial aspect of national security policy. The Soviet Union recognized the strategic threat posed by the U.S. nuclear monopoly. In 1949, after years of espionage and scientific development, the Soviets successfully tested their first atomic bomb, known as First Lightning. This monumental event marked the end of America's nuclear monopoly and significantly altered the global power structure. The nuclear arms race had begun, further complicating an already tense geopolitical landscape. Soviet advancements in nuclear technology ignited fears in the U.S. and its allies. The Cold War ultimately unfolded as a result of mutual distrust, ideological differences, and nuclear competition. The arms race accelerated technological innovations, culminating in the development of increasingly destructive thermonuclear weapons by both superpowers. America's nuclear monopoly had far-reaching implications for international relations beyond the immediate geopolitical rivalry with the Soviet Union. The exclusive possession of nuclear weapons by the U.S. led to a dual world order, divided between nuclear-armed states and those without such capabilities. This inequality prompted many nations to seek their own nuclear programs, resulting in an era of proliferation fears. In 1968, the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT, was established to prevent the spread of nuclear weapons. However, the legacy of America's initial nuclear monopoly continued to shape the non-proliferation discourse. Many countries argued that the possession of nuclear weapons by a select few undermined global security. Disparities in military capability created tensions, contributing to conflicts and rivalries across the globe. Though America held a nuclear monopoly from 1945 to 1949, the landscape of nuclear proliferation has changed drastically in the subsequent decades. Today, several countries, including Russia, China, India, Pakistan, North Korea, and others, possess nuclear weapons. Each state has developed its military doctrine around nuclear capabilities, creating a complex web of nuclear strategy and diplomacy. Furthermore, modern threats have expanded beyond state actors to include non-state groups. The potential for nuclear terrorism has emerged as a pressing concern for international security. In this context, the legacies of America's early nuclear monopoly continue to pose challenges. Efforts to manage and reduce nuclear arsenals are complicated by regional tensions and geopolitical competition.
So, that's from my book on foreign policy. By the way, did you know there's another book I've written about early Marxism in Russia and the Soviet Union? Did you know there would not be a Soviet Union without the United States during World War I or after World War I, when they had the revolution? Yes, because so many people were starving, we sent them aid. Maybe we should stop frickin' doing that, huh? You think? Just saying, like the dude with the sweater. But we'll get to him later. But right now I got to go get another beer. So I'm going to have you listen to a song I wrote recently. I had to program the computer to do the music, but the lyrics are all mine. It was something I wanted to work out to when I was doing my karate, something upbeat, you know what I mean? And nobody's in here anyway, so I'm going to put this on Spotify, so we're going to do some original stuff like my books and my music.
In the shadows where the doubters dwell, you face the fire, you've danced through hell. With every bruise and every scar, you're a warrior born to reach for the stars.
What's up, Seth? Just going through some stuff on my books and news. We're going to get to news too. Sold another book today on karate, which well, okay. I'm going to say I didn't really sell a book to a stranger. It's a guy I promoted to black belt, so technically I didn't really sell. Well, I still made money, but it's one of my black belts, so. So. He lives in Sweden. So I have a black belt who lives in Sweden. This is a book. I made audiobooks because I know you guys don't like to read. I'm trying here. I'm working with you guys, right? A lot of you don't have time. I don't read either, and I'm in college. I take college courses. You know what I do? I set my computer up to read it to me, which is what this is basically. But I'm still waiting for a loony leftist, this book especially, to give me an example of a success. Socialism to me, I just call it communism light, because I live in Brazil and it's socialism here. Like, they own the oil companies, they did own the gas company until Bolsonaro privatized it. There's a bunch of other companies they own, but still waiting for a success story. So this is from my book. It's called The Bloodstained Banner. It talks about communism. What's clip 8? Clip 8. Play me clip 8.
The absence of competition under socialism. Implications for individual creativity and ambition. The discourse surrounding socialism and its implications for competition has long been the subject of intense scrutiny among economists, political theorists, and historians.
I wish
The
I could
basic
pause
tenet
this,
of
but
socialist
I
ideology
see it every day.
is
The
its
way they eat
emphasis
here
on collective ownership
and the way they
and
live.
redistribution of resources, in stark contrast to capitalist principles that emphasize individual enterprise and competitive markets. This essay will explore the implications of limited competition under socialism for individual creativity and ambition, assessing both
Oh,
the
no.
positive and
I wish
negative
I had, 'cause I would've
aspects through
knocked that-
historical context
If
and
I been
influential
there,
figures in the field.
I probably would have, because I'd have knocked that
Historically,
Al Green right the fuck
socialism
out.
emerged in response to the inequalities created by capitalism during the Industrial Revolution. Figures such as Karl Marx and Friedrich
starting
Engels
to- I would've been-
emphasized the need for a system in which workers collectively owned the means of production, arguing that capitalism alienated individuals from their work and diminished their creative potential. Marx and Engels, 1848. However, the
Really,
practical
just Engels,
implementation
because
of
Marx
socialist
could barely
principles
fucking read and
varies
write.
considerably across contexts, with varying consequences for individual ambition and creativity. One of the main criticisms of socialist systems is that the lack of competition can stifle individual creativity and ambition. In economies such as the Soviet Union, which adhered closely to socialist doctrine, the state often exercised unprecedented control over economic production and distribution. This centralization resulted in a bureaucratic framework that favored uniformity and predictability over innovation.
Sound familiar? Kind of sounds like the loony left right now, doesn't it? If you don't agree with me, you're a Nazi, fascist, racist. The problem is, I'll get to that later. But, no, Seth, if I were at the, it actually wasn't the State of the Union, it was just a address of the two houses of Congress, but if I had been there, Al Green would have got knocked the fuck out, that caveman looking fuck. Also, that I like the fact the Democrats showed their true colors when Trump had that 13-year-old cancer survivor made an honorary Secret Service agent, and they sat there. They showed their true colors. One, the kid had cancer. But 2, he's also a minority. So is his father. They don't give a fuck about anybody, minorities or not. Which goes back to my first book, Liberalism, from the American Left, from liberalism to despotism. They don't give a shit about you, especially if you're a minority. But this next book is the one I really want to sell a lot of, because people don't like when I was writing it, like I think I mentioned it before, rage writing, but I'm looking around going, this has nothing to do, this doesn't even look like anything I'm writing about. What clip is that? 13. It's the Federalist Papers. It doesn't look like anything they wrote about at all.
The role of the Federalist Papers in the ratification of the New York State Constitution. Introduction. In the late 18th century, the United States was undergoing a fundamental transformation from a loosely structured confederation to a more centralized federal government. The debate over the ratification of the United States Constitution became increasingly contentious during this period, especially in New York, where concerns about excessive federal power divided public opinion. In this context, a series of essays known as the Federalist Papers emerged as an important tool in the debate over the ratification of the Constitution. Authored by Alexander Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay, these essays not only clarified the basic principles of the proposed government structure, but also addressed the fears and concerns of New Yorkers, playing a key role in securing their approval on July 26, 1788. This essay explores the historical context surrounding the Federalist Papers, their key contributors, and the mixed perceptions they created in New York.
Didn't know anything
Historical
about
background.
Republic.
In the years leading up to the debate over ratification, the Articles of Confederation proved to be an inadequate framework for national governance. Problems such as interstate trade conflicts, a devalued currency, and a lack of centralized power highlighted the need for a stronger federal structure. The Constitutional Convention of 1787 sought to address these weaknesses by proposing a new constitution that would create a stronger federal government capable of regulating commerce, imposing taxes, and providing national defense.
Yeah, I talk about one of them later. To me, it's not even comedy. It's fucking sad, really. Okay. I like the fact, who was it? It was one of the news channels. It said Al Green looked like the Geico caveman. So easy a caveman could do it. But I guess he got censored. I have no idea what censored means. Unless he's being kicked out of Congress, it's not enough. I'm actually tired of these left. Let's get the fucking Civil War kicked up. Y'all pussies. Shoot a motherfucker. I should be marking these out so I know where I am. But if you notice, I've been over on Grumpy's stuff, just tearing these people up. Because I've been writing books, so I've been doing research, right? So I have a bunch of shit laying around too. Right off the bat, so which I'll be talking about in next books. No, I want to play something from Trump's first term. And have you ever noticed that the loony left cannot articulate why they voted for the cackling dingus or the fucking Alzheimer's patient? But I can articulate why I voted for Trump. And if the next person that calls Trump a racist, you should buy them this book. It's $7.50. Or send them the link and they can fucking buy it, but they won't. My favorite is, I'm not reading that. It's an audio book, you fucking idiot. I can't make it any easier for you.
Analyzing unemployment rates among African American, Hispanic, and Asian American communities during the Trump administration. The economy of the United States underwent significant transformations between 2016 and 2020, particularly during the first 4 years of the Trump administration. One of the most notable trends during this period was the decrease in unemployment rates among minority groups, including African Americans, Hispanics, and Asian Americans. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS, African American unemployment hit a record low of 5.9% in May 2018, a statistic that garnered attention from various quarters. Prior to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the United States witnessed a steady decline in unemployment rates across various demographics. The unemployment rate for African Americans fell to its lowest level in recorded history in May 2018. The BLS reported that Hispanic unemployment also reached a record low of 4.6% in September 2019. For Asian Americans, the unemployment rate hovered around 2.5% during this same period, indicating positive economic growth. These statistics are historically significant as they represent not only the economic conditions during the Trump administration, but also a broader trend of increased employment opportunities for minority groups.
But he's a huge racist, right? They all did better under him, but he hates them. I don't know how that works. I really don't. But these are my books, my audio books. I want to try and sell them on Spotify too. I'm trying to figure out how to do that, so I can get them out there. Like when you're sitting in your truck or whatever, you can listen to them. Of course, well, the left probably doesn't have trucks. Well, maybe they do. Weird. Since Elon Musk became head of Doge, the loony left are into gas cars now. Weird. Seth, did you see Trump? Pocahontas, 5 more years. She was clapping for Pocahontas was clapping for 5 more years of war in Ukraine. Clapping for World War III. Weird. The loony left went from Trump is going to start World War III to being mad that Trump doesn't want to start World War III. Fucking weird. Of course, we're talking about people that can't tell you what a fucking woman is. But yeah, I got ebooks and audiobooks out there because I know some of you don't like, well, I don't like to read either. Like even my college courses, I have my computer set up to read the study material to me. I don't read it. It reads it to me. So I made ebooks and audiobooks. I'm not doing paperbacks anymore. Nobody buys them. I think I had one person from Japan buy a paperback. So, but, you know, yeah, I'm working on a book right now on CRT, which if you go over on my YouTube channel, you'll see that I've done videos on CRT. You'll know I don't like CRT. I think it's bullshit. The book I'm working on talks about CRT in schools, the lies that CRT spreads, and CRT in the military. And as a matter of fact, this book has 62 pages of the victims of BLM. People that BLM has killed in the name of equity. Really, motherfuckers? You should be labeled a terrorist group and fucking eradicated. BLM, buy larger mansions. Then I'm not using videos on this anymore. Last week's podcast was taken down because I used a video. So Larry Elder, I was watching Larry Elder tonight. I like he ran for governor of California. Why he still lives there, I don't know. But he on his podcast, he had, the why do so many people hate America? And there was someone calling in who was in Turkey for the military for years, and yes, they hate America. Turkey hates America, but they'll take our fucking money. Here's an idea, and if you, I have a book out on, you heard the book on foreign policy. How about we just let them hate us for free? Because we send them, Turkey, tons of money through USAID, by the way, that a judge says we have to keep doing. I would say that judge probably needs to be disbarred. I think Seth left, but egg prices. Yeah, I'm kind of tired of hearing that. Let me clue you in on something, people. The bird flu came here under Biden, and his administration said kill the chickens. So that's why your egg prices are so fucking high. Well, on top of the fact that they printed trillions of dollars of money, so your money's worth less. Plus, you have fewer chickens. So that's not Trump's fault. He can't shit chickens. But what he can do is help the American dollar. By the way, since Doge is firing people and you people are complaining, don't you think the people that let the bird flu in here, because it came from overseas, in those government agencies should be fired? Obviously they weren't doing their job, right? They should get fired. Now I need to take a break and get another beer. I would love a loony leftist to come in here and just try. They don't even try, really. They go over on Grumpy's because Grumpy isn't me. He speaks common sense. I know statistics and stuff. So they won't fight me. They'll go over on Grumpy's, and then I gotta go over on Grumpy's videos and just fucking destroy them. Be just easier to come here and just take your ass whooping like a man. Oh, wait a minute. Don't want to assume your gender. You're non-binary, fucking gender fluid, fucking whatever. Again, egg prices were under you people. So, you voted stupid. Don't fucking do it again. Holy shit. But I do have a bunch of books out there. I need another beer. Definitely before this one, because I'm going to piss some people. Well, the only person in here is the person who agrees with me. But I want to tell you why Valinsky is a fucking tyrant. And if you want to go fight for him, I'll help you pack. I'll even tell you what you should pack. I've been to combat before. But right now, I want to go get a beer. So I'm going to put on some music. Okay?
Under the sun where the samba plays, I traded my shadows for brighter days. The ocean whispers secrets in a golden breeze. Every wave that crashes carries dreams with ease. With every step on this uncharted land, I'm shedding my past like footprints in sand. From bustling streets to the mountains so high, in this vibrant tapestry, I learned how to fly. Oh, I'm chasing the stars in a brand new sky. With laughter and love as my compass, I'll try. This final adventure is calling my name. In Brazil's embrace, I'll never be the same. The colors of life paint a canvas so wide. Each heartbeat echoes where passion resides. From Rio's bright lights to the Amazon's heart, I'm weaving my story, it's time to restart. With every sunset igniting the night, I find pieces of me that were lost out of sight. The rhythm of life beats loud and clear here. In this dance with destiny, I've nothing to fear.
Alright, I'm back. I just had to get a beer. I wrote that one, by the way, too. Who liked is Seth still here? Hey, Seth, did you like, I was like, the Oval Office with Zelensky. I was fucking rolling. Because I've been to that part of the world, and yeah. I didn't put it in here, but I should probably, I wish I had the pictures of this idiot when he was an actor. And the loony left. But calling Trump a dictator. Let me tell you something about Zelensky. He's in year 6 of his 5-year presidential term. Every constitution is different as far as presidential terms. He's banned 11 other political parties. He's combined all news into one state media. Wow, that sounds like Brazil. Global. Oh, by the way, you loony leftist, just to piss you off even more. Gay marriage is illegal in Ukraine. Yeah. I support Ukraine. Do you need help packing? Do you need some instruction on how to use a rifle? You support Ukraine. I put that flag on my profile picture. I support Ukraine. You ever notice that people that support Ukraine are people who can't fucking pay shit because they make fucking coffee and have gender studies degrees? I'm waiting for someone to say, yeah, what should I pack to go there and fight? I'm a veteran of Iraq and Afghanistan, so I pretty much know what you should probably take with you that's going to help you in a war. Waiting. If you want to know, I'll fucking tell you. Again, a loony leftist. Trump is going to start World War III. 2025. Oh my God, Trump doesn't want to start World War III. And then you got fucking Pocahontas for 5 more years of fucking war in Ukraine. You fucking retards. You elect them. So if missiles start flying, if I see a fucking like some loony leftist bumper sticker in their car, then I know it's about to end, because it takes about 30 minutes for those missiles to get here. I'm gonna go stab you in the eye with a fucking knife, because I ain't going to prison. Ain't gonna be none. But I'll get some satisfaction. Oh, another thing on social media, the latest thing on social media, which cracks me up. These people making statements, donating their Teslas in protest. Hey, dipshits, he already has your money. He doesn't give a flying fuck. Neither do we, actually. We don't care either. Now, if you owe on it, he still doesn't give a fuck. Because you got your loan through a bank. You owe the bank. You don't owe Elon Musk. You owe the bank. So you're fucking your credit with the bank. Elon Musk already has his money from the bank. Think about, just like the World War III, just like that, the loony left were in favor of gas cars. Weird! Oh yeah, my book mentions Robert Reich when it comes to freedom of speech, because I quote him and I cite him in the book. Every time he puts up a podcast, I share that book. And people, his brain dead followers, oh my God, you're just a horrible maggot. They call me maggot, but I can write a fucking book. Send me your book and we'll compare notes. That's another thing I do with the loony left. Send me your book. We'll compare notes and see. Nobody's ever sent me a book. Weird. And you've heard my book tonight. I think I'm quite articulate. I actually write better than I speak, to be honest, because I have time to sit down, research, outline it, and then put in, the way I want it, right? You have time to do that. Also, I've been collecting stuff for years. My hard drive is full of Word documents that I can take from. Because loony leftists say stuff, and I go out and look stuff up. And I'll keep it. They just babble. Always. That's why if you ever see me an engagement with me and a loony leftist, you will see the phrase, maybe if you babble ... harder ? Because, and right after that, they'll babble more. And I'll go, holy shit, you actually tried to babble harder. And I'll just post now I just post my books, because they're published now. They're copyrighted and published. So I can my arguments are in those books. I don't have to argue with you. Go buy the book and then maybe argue with the book. But other than that, and then, DEI, delusion, exclusion, and intimidation. The loony left hate that explanation of DEI. Delusion, believing everything is racist. Everything is racist. Oh my God, math is racist. Oh my God, that dude is racist. Oh my God. No, you're just delusional. Exclusion. Schools were doing black-only graduations, and you'll only hang out with people of your own color. That's exclusion. And intimidation. If you don't agree with me, you're a racist. Well, intimidation only works on certain people. Me, I'm at the point, you're a racist. Whatever. Because, I actually make fun of them now because my wife is brown. So now I don't tell them that. I just go, shh, don't tell my wife. It could make those evening meals a bit awkward. Got to do this, and I haven't been doing it enough. Oh yeah, it's not there. Anyway. Oh, subscribe. There it is. Which everybody here is already subscribed, so it doesn't matter. Now, if you remember, I played a bit from the Federalist Papers book that I wrote, which you should all buy, and you'll understand where I'm going with this one. When did a regulation become a law? If it doesn't, in my view, from what I've researched, because I researched for these books, if it wasn't passed by Congress and signed by the president, it's not a law. Suddenly, after the New Deal if a bureaucratic entity makes a regulation, it's a law. No, it's not a law. I don't have to fucking follow it. It's not a law. They made a fourth branch of government, the bureaucracy. But they don't have... I think you could probably go to the Supreme Court and go, it's not a law. Show me where the Congress and the President has signed off on this. And you could probably get away with it. Now, I'm not saying regulations aren't a bad thing, because I really don't want someone putting a fucking nuclear waste dump in their backyard next to my house. But it's not a law. Like ATF. There's stuff in there that's never been put before Congress. It's not a fucking law. It's not a law. So get that book on the Federalist Papers and then get pissed off like I am. I'm pissed off that I didn't have the rights, that I didn't know about it when I was there. I know about it now because I went out and found out. I'm giving you the opportunity to figure it out. And the loony left don't want you to know. Yeah, like Pelosi, 5 more years in Ukraine. Why? She's getting a little bit of that money through lobbyists. Now, the next thing I wrote down, because I was watching a video on what rights can someone get a loony leftist in here to tell me what rights, civil rights, they don't have? And natural rights and civil rights are different. Civil rights or natural rights are just shit you're born with. That, to be honest, America is pretty much the only country to recognize. They're like the right to own, right to life, liberty, and property. Right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A lot of you motherfuckers forget that pursuit part. It's the pursuit of happiness. We don't have to give it to you. Now, you gotta work for it, dumbasses. But yeah, can someone tell me what rights they don't have under the Constitution? Have they ever read the fucking Constitution? Do they even comprehend the Constitution? No. None of them. That's why the government does not teach civics in class anymore. By the way, in my new book, I cover that. Why they don't teach civics. Because they don't want you to know your rights. They're easier to take if you don't know they exist. Right? Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Last week they took down my podcast because of copyright infringement, because I was showing a 60 minutes video on how Germany was arresting people for fucking memes, which is also covered in my book on the left, censorship on social media. They're applauding. Just something to think about. And I was watching a video on M1 Abrams. I was a tanker, and so was Jimmy. Let me explain something about the tanks we sent to Ukraine. They're the same tanks Jimmy and I rolled on. It's not the tank. The tank is great, man. It'll fuck shit up. But they sent 32 M1s to Ukraine. Half of them are already destroyed. Let me explain something about an M1 tank. Yes, it's technically, but a monkey could run it. Really, to be honest, a monkey could run it once it's, But they can't fight them. That's what makes the M1 tank deadly. It's not the fucking tank. It's the crew. We go through months and months and hours of training on those. It's the cruise. If you're a retard, you can still run an M1 tank. You still could. Just not well, and it's going to get destroyed. Because you're a fucking retard. Also, they're doing drone warfare. You guys don't have electronic warfare shit? I mean, fuck, we had that in Afghanistan. Like fucking, we knocked down our own drones because some fucking retard, and it wasn't his fault. Sergeant Moffat was our drone guy. We had, what the fuck did they call them? They were small drones. You carry them in a backpack and you could throw them out, and they had a camera on and all that. But you had to shut off your electric warfare shit in your trucks, or the drone wouldn't get signal. And we told everybody shut their shit off. You always have that one E4, E3, E4 doesn't do what they're told. And he launched his drone and it went into the side of the mountain because, well, some dickhead didn't do his job. You're telling me Ukraine doesn't have that shit against drones, and Russia? So America is still #1 rocking the technology. So fuck around and find out. Well, I got a video. I love these guys' video because being a former divorced man, I like the way he just destroys women. Well, certain women. Women should be cherished, but not these.
When a girl moves on, she moves on. She don't care if you're the greatest of all time. If you got 7 Super Bowl rings, she's gonna move on. Giselle and Tom Brady were married for 16 years and boom. Giselle and her boyfriend, her former trainer, are now expecting their first child together. Their first child, he got divorced from her in 2022. This is 2 years ago. She said, nope, I'm moving on. You ain't want to retire. You ain't want to come take care of this family. You want to go be the GOAT, go to win another Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, that's cool, but I'm moving on. I'm telling you, Giselle moved on and never looked back. You can literally be a Super Bowl champion and still lose your joint if she's fed up. I'm telling you, yo, be careful out here. Keep your girls happy.
Yeah, imagine being used by a washed-up model as a prop in her revenge trip against her ex-husband, one of the most beloved athletes in America, and also making a whole entire kid with her that's gonna be used for the exact same purpose. On the other hand, the guy your baby mama's trying to flex on already replaced her with a younger Irina Shayk, and he has the dating pool of every supermodel in America.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So yeah, the world is full of Giselles, but there's only one Tom Brady.
This guy commented, "Shut up and go make me a sandwich." Whenever men say something like, "Oh, make me a sandwich," that just means they really believe in these traditional gender roles of subjugating women by pushing them down and saying things like, "You belong in the kitchen and that's it." It's just so funny that like a man would say this to me. I'm a lawyer. I guarantee if you have the time to troll people like this, I out earn you.
And since you have the time to film, edit, and upload daily cringe on TikTok, you're probably not a very good lawyer, and I definitely out earn you. Now shut up and make me a sandwich.
Does that mean that
Ladies, let this be a lesson to you. When the Supreme Inquisitor orders you to make him a sandwich, you make the sandwich.
Nobody talks about how hard a divorce from a 10-year relationship still is, even 1 year later. You get hit with these random waves of sadness that you didn't know you were carrying. The grief of what once was and never will be again.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Gentlemen, I feel it is our duty as providers and protectors to protect these lovely Western women from these random waves of sadness they feel after blowing up their families. And the best way to ensure that these lovely Western ladies never have to experience the trauma of getting paid alimony and child support is to never marry them in the first place.
What?
That way, they can enjoy fulfilling child-free lives by working a 9 to 5 until they're 80 and sharing all that joy with a bunch of cats.
Don't you put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby! Don't you put that on us!
Oh no! Gen Z men who support Donald Trump are having a difficult time dating, as more women reject men who support him. Shocking. To absolutely nobody except these men, apparently. Now, this article is really interesting.
Why? Because those guys are probably gonna take their passports and get women from Eastern Europe, just like Trump did with his first and third wife?
Oh, shut up.
You know, at some point, you lovely ladies need to realize that your box isn't nearly as special as you think it is.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
I love that guy's channel, and I watch it in front of my wife for a reason. So in my last notes here, you know, I wrote a book on loony leftist despotism. And I want you all to think about something. If the left isn't despot, why does the fucking FDA have a SWAT team? Why does the EPA have a SWAT team? Wasn't their job when they were first created to be an advisory role to the president? I'm still waiting for someone to point out their law enforcement authority. Why do they have SWAT teams if the loony left are not despotic? Answer that question for me and then we'll both know. But now it's up to you guys. What do you want to talk about now? It's up to you. What do you want to talk about? Now I've got my... matter of fact, when I was in Picatinny, I trained with the Postmaster General's SWAT team, which they didn't like because we fucking threw them around a little bit. So now it's up to you people. Yeah, it's your oh, hold on. Why is that still? Oh, there we go. Something. Oh, there it is. All right. Yeah. Click the wrong button. But now it's up to you guys now. What I'd like to know what your opinions on Doge are. Are they actually doing their job, and do they have law enforcement authority? I wish they did, to be honest, because I think there'd be some arrests. And there should be, in my opinion, an FBI agent attached to that department, or a DOJ attorney. I think that would be a good idea. For someone versed in legal precedents, where they could say, we need a warrant because this looks suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Like when USAID were sending money to terrorists. That seems kind of suspicious to me. Like it could be against the law, like treason. If you're working for a government agency, you're still under the same rules as if you're a federal employee. So treason is still on the table, folks. And if you're sending money to terrorists, that would be considered treason. Weird. Just saying. Maybe get a fucking FBI agent in there to go, yeah, this looks like fucking treason. Yeah. If still waiting for just one would be great. Loony leftists to tell me why they hate Donald Trump other than he's a racist, fascist, or whatever, dictator, something like substantial, like that I can counter. Because you could call me a racist all day long. I can't prove I'm not, because according to the loony left, subconsciously, even if you're not a racist and don't do racist thing, subconsciously you're a racist. Doesn't matter. CRT, yeah. It's called unconscious bias. Doesn't matter if you're not a racist, you are. Unconscious bias. And unconsciously, I kind of want to punch you in the fucking head for saying stupid shit like that. No, actually, I'll just tell you overtly, I kind of want to punch you in the fucking head for saying stupid shit like that. So I'm still waiting, I'm still waiting for, also, I guess, quoting statistics is racist. Math is racist. Who knew? Because 51% of all murders committed in the United States are committed by blacks, against blacks. It would appear that the racist people are the only ones worried about black people dying, because I guess the other people just want you to ignore it. That's weird. Then, of course, the loony left were quite upset when Trump made a black cancer victim, a honorary Secret Service agent. They were very upset that a black 13-year-old cancer was made an honorary. You'd think they would be like fucking standing ovation on the chairs because he was black. No. Nope. So they don't give a fuck about you, regardless of color. It's about power. And the one guy that's been shot at, almost thrown in prison, is a threat to democracy. The guy who doesn't take a salary, by the way, he still doesn't take a salary. Neither does Elon Musk, by the way. But all you motherfuckers are millionaires. Robert Reich, I would like a paragraph in an email telling me what you fucking do, other than stir up your fucking fan base to be fucking brain dead. I know Seth normally milks cows at this time, so he's probably just listening and not really commenting. What I would love is a loony leftist to come in here. And you know what? I always forget to share it while I'm broadcasting. Maybe if I do that, we can get some people in here. I want a loony leftist to come in here. I want them to tell me why they hate Trump. Hold on. I got 3 on my Facebook that maybe I can just share this link and they can come in and tell me. Now, they're all people I agree in Campo Karate. So, Campo Karate, Tanner, oh, hold on. Hold on. Maybe I share it in here because he gets so much. This guy gets more hate than I do. Okay. I've never seen so many people argue for the murder of babies, and then trying to get people in here that want to talk. Or even just tell me I'm an asshole. I don't care. Oh, I was copy and pasting. When I hit Control on my keyboard, Control V, it shuts off the mic. But I'm waiting for. So I sent out a bunch of invitations to loony leftists. That's all I sent. I want someone to actually tell me why they hate Trump. And it better have fucking numbers and facts in it. Not, well, CNN, I don't give a shit. CNN actually has more employees right now than viewers. I think at 8 o'clock I might go over on Facebook and make a phone call, like through chat. Talk to my family back home. Although, not everybody answers. I don't care. Don't hate nobody. Just don't like stupid. If you're going to be stupid, back it up. Have guts. Oh, excuse me. Beer. Kaisers a light beer, but it's still. I don't even know if they sell this in the States. Brahma is another good beer in Brazil. corn. I think this is wheat, but Brahma's corn beer. It's made out of corn. It's a good beer. A little heavier than Kaiser, which is weird because Kaiser's German, but it's lighter than Brahma. Usually German beers are heavy. Like Hefeweizen it's a heavy beer. Like you can't even drink it. You have to drink it room temperature. It ain't coming out of the bottle. Is Seth still here? Or am I just talking to myself just to make content for Spotify? No, hold on. Gotta go to my... But I'm waiting for someone, a loony leftist. Oh, that's cool. I have it on a delay too, so if because we were having problems, or I was having problems, not we, but well, I guess it's we. It's kind of a community. If more people came in, it'd be a great community. I'd love that community feeling. Even if you came in to argue and you had valid points, that would be awesome. If you just come in and say you're a big poopy head, yeah, that's not what we're looking for. We want real arguments. I want real arguments. That's how I come up with my book ideas. People say stuff. I don't write books off of you're a big poopy head or Trump is a dictator. Why? And then I just get you're an idiot or you're an asshole or whatever. That's not what you write books off of. You know what I'm saying? And everybody telling me that Trump is this or Trump is that can't tell me what's in the fucking Federalist Papers or what's in the Constitution. Why should I listen to you? They think that the EPA or the FDA or ATF were just here for when it was founded. It was just there. They put it in the Constitution. No, it's not in the Constitution. As a matter of fact, it should go away. Now, I'm not saying we don't need regulation. Even in the founding, they said we need some regulation on business and industry and things. But it has to be like fucking. It's not a fourth branch of fucking government costing trillions of dollars a year. By the way, there shouldn't be welfare. Just shouldn't. Put them to fucking work. That's what you do. The government has jobs. Highway. We don't need to bid to do highway work. You just go fucking... you want money? Well, guess what? You're going to fix the fucking highway. If you're disabled, I get that. But if you ain't, guess what? You're going to be shoveling fucking dirt. They all praise what they did during the Depression. Well, guess what? They put people to work shoveling fucking dirt. I'm still trying to figure out what I owe you people. Based on my skill set, if I haven't killed you, my debt is fucking paid. Thinking about this CRT book. Holy shit. No wonder our kids are stupid. Like, if you're not homeschooling, your kids are going to be stupid. Because imagine walking into a classroom and the first thing that comes out of the teacher's mouth is, because you're white, you have privilege and you owe every minority in this room an apology. Imagine that. Nobody owes anybody an apology for anything in 2025. And if you look to me and say, you owe me, I don't owe you shit. If I haven't put my foot between your legs and crushed your skull, I don't owe you anything. What you owe me is to leave me the fuck alone and let me be free. Because you're as free as I am. You're free to be stupid, obviously, because you're telling me that I owe you something. So you're free to be stupid. I'm free not to agree with you. And then if you push it, I'm free to fucking break your goddamn arm. Or whatever part of body I choose. Stop taking people's shit. You're a racist. Alright. You're a Nazi. Alright. Whatever. Don't care what you say. I'm free. I'm free to call you a fucking retard too. Welcome to freedom. Now, in Germany, I guess now that's not allowed. Oh, but by the way, you can't use the word Nazi in Germany. So, you loony leftists would be fucked. You can't use the word Nazi in Germany. So, you loony leftists would be fucked. For people smarter than you. Which, the smart ones, you can't intimidate with words anymore because we just go, whatever. Explain to me this, and they never explain. They just go, well, you're up, and they'll add, an adjective. I'm smarter than you because I can call you a name. No, you're not. Trying to kind of get a demeanor like, oh, he ran for governor. I got his name written down here. I like his show. I watch him on YouTube. I don't watch, like, oh shit, what was it? Larry Elder. I like Sorry, mic went out for a second. Neighbors are having a fight. Always great. Well, in between the sessions of hot, passionate sex that they have, that the entire fucking neighborhood can hear, which is awesome. But anyway, I think I'm going to call it a night and go over on Facebook and see if I can get some family members to check in and see how we're doing. So, peace out, people. Remember, the books are out there. Go get them for $7.50, and you actually learn shit. Because I learn shit writing them. Like, you do research when you write books. Matter of fact, maybe some of you might write some books, which great. Send them to me. I'll buy them. I want. It would be great to collaborate with other authors of my ilk. So, see you later, guys.
Out on the porch with a glass in my hand, I watch the sunset paint this tired land. It used to be hard work brought home the bread. Now folks just sit and let the dreams go dead. Oh, we're drifting away from what's real, lost in the noise of how it feels. What this world needs is a little more grit to stand up tall and fight for it. Too many missing chromosomes can't find their way home, while blue-haired shadows dance in the twilight gloom. Yeah, we're longing for reason in a sea of doubt. Let's bring back the heart and figure it out. Remember when laughter rang loud through these fields? Now we're lost in opinions like we've got no shields. Folks used to sweat under that old sun's glow. Now they're glued to screens where kindness won't grow. Oh, yearning for days when truth was gold, not wrapped in confusion or stories we told. What this world needs is a little more grit to stand up tall and fight for it. Too many missing chromosomes can't find their way home, while blue-haired shadows dance in the twilight gloom. Yeah, we're longing for reason in a sea of doubt. Let's bring back the heart and figure it out. Your mask and step into light. We all bleed red when we fight for what's right. Let's build bridges instead of walls, find common ground where love never falls. What this world needs is a little more grit to stand up tall and fight for it. Too many missing chromosomes can't find their way home, while blue-haired shadows dance in the twilight gloom. Yeah, we're longing for reason in a sea of doubt. Let's bring back the heart and figure it out. So raise your voice if you feel like I do. Together we'll make our dreams come true. In every heartbeat lies hope anew. But this world needs stars with me and you. So take off your mask and step into light. We all bleed red when we fight for what's right. Let's build bridges instead of walls, find common ground where